A nation on wheels. Introduction. The world is full of cars and trucks. There are over 600 million of them. They are in even the smallest town in the smallest country. There are over 200 million cars and trucks just in the United States. Most of these vehicles are automobiles or are a nation moving on wheels. The early days. People have always needed to travel. At first, people walked everywhere, even long distances. Then they tamed animals to ride and taught some to pull wagons. Horses, camels, and even elephants helped people make trips and carry things. Imagine riding to school on an elephant. Using animals was better than walking, but it was still slow. Inventors tried to build a machine with wheels to carry people faster. They thought of building an engine to run it. They tried running engines with steam or with electricity, but neither engine worked well enough. In the late 1880s, people made engines that could run on gasoline or gas. These engines were small but powerful. They could travel faster and go farther. Today, most cars use gas engines. How cars are made. The first car did not look like the ones you see today. They look like carriages without horses. People even call them horseless carriages. At first, cars were made one at a time by hand. It took a long time. They weren't expensive. Not everyone could afford a handmade car. People tried always to manufacture cars faster and at a lower cost. In 1896, one early company could make only 13 cars in a year, but by 1899, a company could make over 2,000. In 1903, Henry Ford started the Ford Motor Company in Detroit, Michigan. Detroit would soon become the center of car making. Ford's company sold a car called the Model T. Ford wanted to make cars that cost less so more people could buy them. This meant he had to manufacture for more cars and do it faster. Ford thought about all the ways he could do this. In 1913, he invented the assembly line. It was the faster and cheaper way to make a car. Soon, other companies made their cars this way. Now almost everyone could buy a car. By 1929, over 3.5 million cars were on the road. There were so many cars that the people had to build more roads. Companies that make cars. 3 big companies have been making cars in the United States for a long time. General Motors, Chrysler, and Ford. Since cars first hit the streets, American companies have led the world in car production. In the 1960s and the 70s, a Japanese company named Toyota began offering cars that were built to last longer and break down less often than almost American-made cars. But the American cars manufacturers still sold the most cars. Then, in 2007, the pattern changed. Toyota, the first foreign company to do so, sold more cars and trucks than any other company in the world. Toyotas are not the only cars made outside the United States. Volkswagen and the BMW are imported from Germany, but the countries of Japan and South Korea have brought the highest numbers of cars into the United States. Problems caused by the automobiles are helpful, but they can also cause serious problems for people. They exhaust burning gases from a car's tailpipe gas in the air. That means unhealthy chemicals get in the air that we breathe. These chemicals can make people sick. Every year, car companies try to produce the amount of chemicals their cars make. Have you ever been in a traffic jam? All the cars on the road just sat still, and you couldn't go anywhere. So many cars are on the road today. That causes problems. Remember, there are about 200 million cars in the United States. That's almost as many cars as people. In fact, the number of cars has grown faster than the number of people. The future of the automobile. Years ago, most cars were unfazed in accident. Today, special car parts help to protect people. Cars have seat belts, babies and small children ride in safety seats. Newer cars have big airbags that inflate fuel with air in accident. What do you think would make cars even safer? Car companies are also working on new kinds of engines. One type of cars, called a hybrid, uses both a gas engine and the electric motor. Hybrid use less gas. This might cut down on the unhealthy chemicals in the air. We will always be a nation that travels from one place to another, but will it always be on wheels? How will cars look in the future? How will they work? Perhaps your ideas will shape the future.